Alright, we are going to do a CSS battle. I don't know why this is my first daily target. Doesn't make any sense. Makes no sense. I don't know. I'm gonna go back to the target. I'm not gonna argue with it. Alright, we have basically a Chevy loop with some accoutrement. Uh, the way I've been doing things is kind of the way a newer player to CSS Battle might approach it. I'm going to do the same now. So I'm going to select my body, and I'm going to say background, and I'm going to set its color to this not quite white color. That's going to be the body. I'm wondering, do I want to display flex direction, column? Wondering if I really care to do that. I think I don't. Let's go ahead. So, the way I'm thinking of this right now, I have three elements. I have a top element, I have the bow tie thing here, and then a bottom element, which means I need three elements, which are going to be divs. Because, you know, so there's my three divs. One of them needs to be selected differently than the others. Oh, I'm going through options for future in my head as I talk about this. Sorry. Let's go ahead and say that this one is A, and that one's A. I don't know why that one. Then we're going to select our div, and I'm actually not going to do anything with that selector yet. We're going to select A. We're going to say border inline 30 pixels solid greenish color outline 1Q solid. There is the thing. Height. I don't know what it is. 50 pixels. Okay. It's not tall enough. 60 might still not be tall enough. Border's not wide enough. But we're also not all the way up on the edge of the viewport. So to fix that, we need to set the margins body to 0. And then we need to set the margin of our div margin 0 and I don't know 50. Let's load our extension, turn on the diff. 40 looks right. It's too tall. Height's 50. Was I right before? 50 looks right. Okay, we have that thing correctish. Now we need to do the other one. I'm going to call this one B, just because it makes things more clear. And then I'm going to keep things in order-ish. I'm going to select B down here. I'm going to say background is this orange color. We're going to say height is 80 pixels. I don't know if that's right or not. We're going to say corner shape. I never remember this property name. Notch. Let's say border radius 50 pixels. Let's make it less. 20 pixels. Okay, we're getting a notch. That was my goal. I want to make sure we're getting a notch border, and I had that syntax right. Okay, there is our thing. We're going to give it some margin. On top, it's going to be something like 50. Is that right? Probably not. Might be right. I can't tell. Yeah, the margin looks right. The height is not right. The height needs more. Let's say it's 100. That's pretty close. That's kind of close. Margin, need more margin on the, less margin on the sides. So 40. Looks right. Our notch needs to be bigger. Let's try 30. That looks right for one aspect. Let's see if we can fix the other one. 50. That's the wrong way to do this. This one needs to be 30. This one needs to be 50, 80, 100, and 10. That is surprisingly good. And now these other things just need to be taller. 50, 70. And that changed all of our margins, of course. 30. Now we get rid of the outline. Whoops, that wasn't the outline. That was the border. That's the outline. And we submit it to the back end. And we have a match. That's 337 characters, non-minified. Let's just hit the buttons, unit replace, minify, submit, critify, put our units back. Some of these we don't even need units. Height doesn't require pixels. So we can save some characters there. Border does require it. Border radius, I think does, yeah. Yeah, there we go. This one we can use our trick. Control F, div, paragraph, replace all, minify. Is there any units to be replaced? I don't know. Yeah, there was one. Submit, critify, put our units back. Okay. So we're down to should be 218-ish, 217. And that's a fine solution. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all wrong with that. Can we do it in less characters? Yes, we can. Well, I say yes, we can. Without any knowledge of that, I think we can. So how would we do it if we wanted to do it in less characters? Here's what I'm thinking. Might work. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna get rid of all this. Corner shape, I think, is going to be a useful utility for us. We could also do this with gradients, which I'm interested in. I'm going to start not with gradients. I am going to select the HTML with an ampersand selector. I'm going to set the background to this color. I'm going to turn off the diff for a minute. I'm going to put an outline on here just so I can see it. Outline 1Q, solid, and it's at the edge of the viewport, so I'm going to margin it in. 0 on top and bottom. I don't remember what it was on the sides. 30? Obviously not 30. 40? Yeah, 40. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm coming up with bad ideas. Yeah, that's not going to work quite, is it? So what I'm thinking is corner shape again, but let's see if I can get something to work. Corner shape, still notch, border, radius, 20 pixels. There's the shape we're creating. Let's make it 50. 70. And 50. That's, again, I got it backwards. So that's kinda that shape. Kinda. What I'm struggling with is how to get the green back there without filling in the other thing. Because the next thing that I want to do is use star selector to select the body, and I'm going to put another outline on it just so I can see it. 1Q solid red. We can't see it at all. Margin 0. 50. Oh, that plus may be confusing things. Maybe that's, there we go. Now I can see it. Okay. I want corner shape notch down here too. I want a border radius, and I just typed it, don't know what it was. Let's say it's 80 pixels, 50 pixels. It's not right, but it's something. We need more top and bottom margin, so let's make it 80 and 0, 90, 120. And then this needs to be less 70. That's the wrong one. 80. Let's go back to this one. 30. That's not what I wanted to happen. 0. That's 10. All right. Let's make this less 110. 100. Okay. And then 90. 110. 1100. 10 and 20. 30. Okay. These are the shapes we want. We don't have the right colors, but these are the shapes we want, and it's just the HTML and body. So this one is easy enough to solve. We can say background. So we have to spell it right. That one we can do with that. The other one is interesting. We can't set the background. But we can. I wonder what happens if we make this thick. It's not going to get me what I want. Oh. Let's try border 10 pixels solid red. Let's get rid of the outline. That's not going to help me either. Huh. I wonder. Box shadow. Let's go 0, 100 pixels. It's an interesting idea. 0 minus 100 pixels. And then I just say color. And then I get rid of this stupid border that I added. And that might be a match. That is a match. Okay. So now, well, corner shape is shared between the two. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a star selector here, and I'm going to put corner shaping. And I have broken everything badly. Whew. Okay, what have I... Oh, I know why. Well, maybe I know why. There we go. All right. we have the same as we had. We just changed selectors so that corner shape applies to both the HTML and the body. None of the other things do we want applying as they are. The fun in this is going to be to try to get the border radius thing to work. Now, one thing that we could do is we could move this to here because we're overriding it. It doesn't matter. And then we could say border radius, and we could say var r minus minus r, comma. And then we could get that to there. And then instead of redeclaring border radius here, we could just say minus minus r. Whoops, I should have left that because it has the value I need. Whoops, I don't know how to use a keyboard. Okay, then we're going to say minus minus r colon that. There's no reason this needs to be 100 pixels. This can be 1 inch. 1 inch. We can remove that. This is, maybe it can be a percentage. If this were the full width, it would be 25%, but it's not. So let's try 20%. 25. Oh, right. It's not width, it's height. Duh. 30. 1. Doesn't look great. Probably not going to work. 2. 1.5. No, none of those work. Okay. Going back. Yeah, I don't know. Unit replace. We might be able to make this 74Q. 110 pixels is going to be 116Q, something like that. And then 32Q. Let's see if the back end will accept those. We can also play with colors. If our background is white and we need the almost white color, we can use 443 sometimes. Let's try that. See if the back end's okay with that. Nope, not remotely okay with that. I can try one of the others. I have little confidence that it's going to work. But I see CSSB used a lot. Oh, it was happy with 8885. Leave it. And then if we have, I don't know, we have this color and we need this color, we can try that. I have little faith. Nope. If we have that color and we need that, if we have that color and we need that color, that's further away. Yeah, I don't know. Nope. Okay. The other thing that we can try is a font trick instead of our var here. 5ch is already a font-ish value, font-based value, right? It's 40 pixels, and we need 110 pixels. So, I don't know. Instead of 74Q, let's do 70 pixels. And what does 70 pixels equate to? 70 pix in line heights. Although I struggle sometimes with line heights. I think there's a difference in my user agent and the backend user agent. It's happy with that, so okay. So, down here, we're going to say we need 5ch to become 116 pixels. It's 40 pixels now. Needs to be 110. So we can say font. It's going to be, trying to math, 110 pixels. 100 pixels don't matter. Divided by 40 is 2.75. 16 times 2.75 is 44. So font's going to be 44 pixels. And then we're going to do that. And we're going to change our variable here a little bit. We're just going to say this part, we're going to say var minus minus, I'm just going to use x, is that, and we're going to get rid of the first part here. So it's going to be 5 characters, and then that, and then x is going to be 32Q. Okay, so the first part is working. So 5ch, when it gets down here, is becoming 110 pixels based on our font trick that we're doing here. We're scaling up the font from 16 pixels, its default, to 44 pixels. Now we need to do the same thing with the rest, which is 3.9 LH, which is 70 pixels. It needs to go down to 32 pixels. How do I do the math on that? So 70 pixels need to become 32 or 30? 30 pixels. 70 pixels, 30 pixels. So 70 divided by 30, 2.3, which is a great number. So we need to divide 18 by 2.3 bar, which is 7.7. So let's see if we can say slash 7.7 there, and then get rid of the variable. And I think I have to say pixels, and then get rid of the variable. Yeah. Is this a great solution? No. It's not. It should be shorter. Today it should be shorter. Minify, submit, prettify. I don't know. This feels clunky and clumsy to me. The box shadow, I think, is the part that's the dumbest. I'm sure somebody, I hope somebody has a better way of doing that than what I came up with, because not loving it. I kind of feel like I'm missing a trick, clearly. But there's another way to do this. It's probably going to be more characters, but conic gradients is another option here. So let's pursue style. Ampersand selector, background, conic gradient. It's going to go from white to green. This is going to be 75%, and this is going to be 25%, but we can cheat and just make it 0. This is going to be margined in, so I'm going to put an outline on it so I can margin it in a little bit. Outline 1Q solid, margin 0, 30, 40. You'd think I could remember that for 3 minutes or something. Nope. Okay. Now we need to fix our gradient. So it's going to be at 40 pixels, comma, and I don't remember how tall that was, 80 pixels. Looks close-ish. And now position, we're going to say 0. And now we need to get it to repeat 200 pixels. 300. Not 2300, 300. 280. Okay. 90. Nope. 70. Okay, now we need to get it to repeat vertically, which is going to be 200 pixels. That changed. Need to put that. Okay. And it's going to be 240, 30, 20, 30. Yeah, that's right. Okay. That's one of our things. Now we're going to select the body. We're going to put an outline on it. There it is. We're going to margin it in. 100 minus no, 0. Yeah. 100 0. Is that right? That is right. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna say background conic gradient. Already got it. It's gonna go from red to, we go to transparent. Same deal as before, 75% and 0. And we're going to then adjust its location. So we're going to say at, I don't know what it is, 80 pixels, 20 pixels? Okay. 30 and 110. Looks right. We're going to say 0, 0, slash. Now we need to get it to repeat. It's going to be 200 pixels, something like that. Close. 210 is going to go the right way. And then it needs to repeat vertically. It's going to be, I don't know, 80 pixels. 70. There we go. There is a match. Now that's way more characters. Way. It's a few more characters. Yeah, it's more characters. Yeah, it's more characters. We can play some games with some more font tricks and that sort of stuff. Also, we should get rid of outline because that's characters. Can I reuse that gradient is the question. There's a lot of deltas between those two. Like almost everything is different. And I don't know of an easy way to make them more similar off the top of my head. We can play the same font trick that we did to get these numbers, I think, are the same as we had in the other one. And we could use the same font trick to get those numbers to equate down here, but then we still have these numbers to deal with, which are not the same ratios. Are they? No, they're not. No, they're not even. No, they're not. So we would have to do something else because the colors are also different. Could we swap around the colors? Maybe, maybe. But I don't know. Let's unit replace, minify, submit, goodify, put the units back. I don't know. It's where I am. My other solution was shorter, and still I don't love that solution. Maybe you did better. Hopefully you did better. If so, put it down in the comments. Let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.